Hey there, Adrienne Elise here. Welcome to the Gaia Daily for June 11th, 12th, 2020. How are you doing? Okay, so today the moon is in Pisces and we've got the sun an exact to Neptune in Pisces and Mars coming into an exact conjunction. So this is a culmination energy of what this eclipse season, this Venus retrograde, this June 2020 is about. And we are being pushed under the water, but also given an opportunity to grab a hold of an energy that's been hard to come by in these last years. This energy of spiritual revelation. Now we're also facing the delusions of our past and Mars swimming around trying to get somewhere, stirring up the mud, swimming around Neptune, stirring up all of the past energies and taking us to places where we thought we had resolved, right? Repeating the old patterns, but there's something new here. There's that treasure that's available, new but old, and it's speaking back to that shift of ages, the last shift of ages, and into Pisces. And so that time period on the planet and past lives that I've read around like a couple 100 years, 500 year span was full of experiences. And this is in fact what kind of a lot of the good parts, the real pure parts of scripture that have made it through all of these years have to do with this energy of spiritual revelation, where there is no doubt in your mind for 1 second that you are a spiritual being having a physical experience, because God came and talked to you and then you were like, oh, and it's like in those moments, say like a near-death experience or a spiritual revelation or a very powerful ceremony, it's like you know who you are and you know why you're here. And that's what is being offered to us right now. So our reorientation for a lot of people in life, for the masses, it feels like there's just a lot of changes happening around gearing them up for their awakening. You have been going through this. Your shift right now, your adjustment that's happening is orienting your life towards that one truth of who you are and why you're here. And for a lot of us, say that divine timeline wanted to snap in right now. That can be very traumatic because the energies of your life, the structures aren't in alignment. Right? So we have to adjust all that's not in alignment with that divine timeline. But this is this time that we're in for the next few days, incredibly potent to feel the presence of spirit so strong. And that's why we're here. It's almost like maybe these past life energies of spiritual revelation are bubbling up to the surface in our little watery adventure. In order to direct us towards this energy, because in our world right now, not easy to come by because the lower matrix is like so clamped down, right? And so this energy of feeling connected, even synchronicities, energies like that, it's been hard to come by because sometimes you'll have moments, right? But it's like in general, that's the ceiling, that's the cutoff, that's the quarantine that we've been in. And so what is happening right now is some soul memory experiences of the last shift of ages that you were here for, potentially, most likely, because maybe these are the souls we're here to do this. That energy of spiritual revelation where the angels, where spirit, where God, nature talked to you and told you, oh, you're chosen. This is your job here. This is who you are, and follow the path, right? And now we are that path. We're the cup of God. It's all being quarantined and blocked from this world, but they can't block it from our heart, right? And so you're here to be the spiritual revelation, to hold that vibrational frequency on the planet. And so it's like we're being given an opportunity to connect back into some profound spiritual realizations. And if you can, over this next couple of days, make some time, following along with the 21 days has been awesome. If you get behind, just, they're very short, so maybe you can catch up. And redo them, but that's an exercise, an opportunity to bring more attention to the moment and allow for this energy to be in your life. And the thing is like this time it's really important. I guess the message is to understand that this time it's not like that. You don't get to have the angels come down and talk to you, maybe, right? But for the most part, you are the angel. We're not here to work with angels this time. You are here to be the cup of God, to be the second coming, to embody Christ consciousness. And so we don't get the revelation. We are the revelation. And the more we can hold this vibration, then the more the masses can experience that as we tip the scales into the higher vibrational frequencies. But for these next couple of days, we're going, yes, into the depths, into the darkness, into the confusion. And that's what happens. This is a powerful energy that's coming through with all this mutable energy. It's all about adjustment, right? And eclipses are about timeline alignment and revealing things and coming into awareness of the bigger picture. And so when think about times in your life when you ended up going in a direction you didn't plan and some opportunity came your way. Typically before that happened, you were clueless and you were lost and nothing was working, right? So when nothing's working out in your life, that's because something completely new and different is trying to come in. And we have to make room for this right now. And that's what's trying to happen on the planetary level as we has this timeline convergence. And the timeline convergence, it feels like how we're squeezing into this portal energy and all these timelines are coming together and it's a really intense time, but then we're going to shoot off into whatever's next, which we don't know, right? But you holding space in your truth, in your spiritual truth, in your spiritual revelation that you have to find within this time. But you can access those soul memories of when you had it without. And set the vibration, right? So this next couple of days is that dream a new dream, set the vibration, set the tone, set the energy of where you're landing when we come out of this portal, And even though we are here to guide humanity and lead the way, it's not about them. It's about us adjusting to our optimal timeline. That's how we do it. And that feels good too. So know that like everything you're going through and the sludge and the mud and the confusion is all about paving the way, cleaning out. I mean, okay, so say you are the cup of God here, trying to hold this vibration of spiritual truth and consciousness and that Christ consciousness. You don't want to mix that in with all this garbage that you've had to go through, right? So this is also a time of purification and being like, no. And maybe that's what's happening. I can definitely identify with this one, like where the very lower energies, the snaky, manipulative darkness energies are rearing their ugly head. But maybe it's just an opportunity for be like, no, that's not in the vibe. We're holding sacred now. Spiritual revelation, what it does is gives the soul strength and permission to hold sacred their life, their meaning, their purpose, and not let anybody come mess with them, and the closer you get to that vibration, the more those forces are going to come and try to mess with you, So this is a powerful moment for you supernova souls to purify, release what's not in your cup and be like, hey, this is where I'm at. This is the truth of who you were before you ever came to this earth evolution. That's a revelation in itself. Somehow you squeezed your big old higher dimensional being into this lower reality. And now you're treating it like garbage and letting the people around you treat it like garbage. And this is what's really coming up for these souls. It's like, how can you expect the revelation, the sacred, the magic to come into your life if you are not respecting and creating a sacred space for it? You have to start it. You have to say, yes, I am worthy of my own light, because now I see the precious gift of this that I've worked on for many lifetimes and evolutions. And I'm not going to let anybody come shit on it. It's just too special. That goes deep into this like low self-worth energy of these supernova souls, you know, and challenging a lot of these paradigms, all the paradigms we've lived many lives through. So I was talking about that yesterday. Just remember that we're undoing many lifetimes. So that's why it's so intense, right? But we got to clear out that cup of all the garbage so that we can have a purified vessel to move forward as our timelines try to snap in. So thanks so much for being here with me and on the journey. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the next update. And I'm looking at a meditation tomorrow evening. I haven't quite decided, but you'll see it soon if that's happening. And I just really look forward to getting together with all of you, but I've been in quite a transition. So I look forward to seeing you soon. Tomorrow, meditation, the eclipse coming up next week. We're just about a week away from that powerful energy, and I'm glad we're here in it together. So I look forward to seeing you soon. Until then, I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.